Hello and welcome. You tune into Your Trades with me, Ankita Saxena, and with me is Kanishka Sarkar. And in the next half an hour, we'll take you through how the trades have panned out today and what are the cues really to watch out for tomorrow. But let's take stock of how the D Street fared today. I mean, it was a terrific Thursday. The Nifty closed 0.5% higher, ending the day just shy of the 24,750 mark. We saw strength, across the sector. In fact, Nifty Bank also, it though cooled off from the highest point of the day. It cooled 142 points from the highest point of the day. But nonetheless, it traded up 120 odd points. So if you can see that both the Nifty and Nifty Bank are stuck in a very broad-based range, though it was a good day coming in, since yesterday. We saw, across sector, we saw a shade of green coming in. India VIX cooled off considerably with cuts of 4% or thereabouts. But a couple of other names that were in focus today, we had Eternal as a top Nifty gainer that was buzzing on top of a brokerage note. CLSA giving it a big bullish call, an overweight rating, and it is one of the top picks. So Eternal was buzzing in trading with gains of 4.5%. Dr. Reddy's, Trend, Power Grid, Shriram Finance, ICICI Bank, they all were leading on the back of brokerage notes. Meanwhile, IndusInd Bank, Tata Consumers, Axis Bank, Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance were amongst the top losers. Well, also the brokerage had boosted sentiments for heavyweights like Reliance. We had Adani Ports, and like I mentioned, Eternal and Trent were the names that were buzzing on the back of brokerage notes. So largely the construct of the market looked very, very positive. But Kanishka, tell us what are the other stocks and other news that made the headlines?
That's right, lots of movers today. In fact, Adani Ports, that gained after the government relaxed SEZ norms, while Railtel and Garden Reach Shipbuilders and NTPC Green, these surged on the back of new order wins during the day. Now, Dr. Reddy's, as you mentioned, I mentioned earlier, saw a sharp spike after striking a biosimilar co-development deal with Alvotech. In commodities space, we had crude prices slipping as Saudi Arabia has pushed for higher global supply. On the macro front now, all eyes are going to be on the RBI policy decision that's going to come tomorrow. Now, the markets are now factoring in the possibility of another 25 basis point rate cut is what we are seeing. But with that, it's time to welcome our guest for the day. Nilesh Jain, head of derivatives and technical research from Centrum Broking, is now joining us to help us decode what the market construct is looking like for tomorrow. Now, Nilesh, the Nifty closed near that 25,750 mark with a 0.5% of gains, second day of gains coming in. So what's the outlook going forward? Anytime soon, do you think we could be touching that 25,000 mark? What are the levels that we should be watching out for?
Very good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a good recovery that we have seen from the lows for the second consecutive session. The good part in 2 days, we have seen some positive development in the India VIX as well, where the volatility index declined near about 15 levels. So that is giving more confidence to the bulls. Apart from that, on technical front, the Nifty also surpassed its 21-day short-term moving average. So that is again a positive sign, positive trigger for the markets. Now from here, we have a major event lined up tomorrow. I think once this event get over, the next target on the Nifty, we are expecting Nifty to touch 25,000 plus kind of levels. So as far as June series is concerned, 25,200 to 25,500 is something that we are expecting in the Nifty. So from here, any dip can be used as a buying opportunity till time Nifty doesn't break below 24,500. 24,500 is a very strong support. That should be the stop loss for the long position, and buy and decline should be the strategy. And on the other hand, Bank Nifty, in fact, Bank Nifty is giving more confidence. Today also, it touched the mark of 56,000. The moment it takes out 56,000 level, the next target would be 56,500 to 57,000. So comparatively, structure of the Bank Nifty looks more strong. And here also, we are advising the similar strategy of buy and decline till time it doesn't break below its 21-day moving average that is placed at 55,200. So that should be the stop loss.
This is Ankita also joining in. So now that you've given us the levels, do tell us, in this market where you see good recovery coming in, what would be your buy calls then?
So I have two buy recommendation. First of all, Policy Bajaj. This particular stock, after a long time, it has given a good breakout from its 6 months long consolidation and also taken off its double top pattern. The breakout came from the levels of 1850, 1860. So that particular level will now act as immediate support, and stop loss should be placed at 1680 now. And on the upside, the stop loss should be placed at 1851, and on the upside we are expecting target price of 1950. So these are the conservative target of this particular pattern breakout. The aggressive target could be somewhere around 2050 to 2100, but purely from a short term perspective we are expecting a momentum towards 1950. 1851 should be the stop loss for this particular stock. Apart from that, another stock, that is Tata Communication, that is also looking strong on the chart, given the kind of a breakout that we have seen from the levels of 200-day exponential moving average. So that was placed at 1660, 1670. So from here, we are expecting a further momentum towards 1760. That will be our short-term target, and the stop loss should be placed at 1680.
Okay, so those were your top picks. Thank you so much, Nilesh, for joining us today and helping us decode the market and the construct that we are looking at for tomorrow. But with that, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining.